Welcome to another episode of Learn from People Who Lived It.
My name is Heather, and I am 45 years old.
What story are you here to share?
I guess the story I'm here to tell today is about my perseverance, my struggles through addiction, and where I'm at today.
Who do you hope hears this?
Any woman or man who is struggling with depression, anxiety, grief, or loss.
She was 18 years old when she went to rehab for the very first time. Her mom died when she was 21. And she's here today to talk about the hardest, or the person that was the hardest to forgive. And I think you will be impressed by her answer. Troy DeSmit is alongside Heather. And Heather, welcome to our podcast. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Boy, I mean, and I just scratched the surface there because your life is one of lots of colors. And you said to me in one of our very first notes, and Troy, I had not shared this with you yet, but she said to me in one of her notes, she said, like, I don't know how many years ago, she said, I couldn't string a sentence together. And now you are somebody who is not only been married for 6 years or with the same guy for 6 years and married for the last 3, but man, you're a leader in your community, and now you're helping the same group of people that you once were a part of.
Absolutely.
And so you're really somebody who's gone into this thing and come out the other side with this incredible energy. And I think that's what brought you to this party here, because you feel compelled to share your story, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. So I like to work chronologically. I think that makes things the easiest to digest. So let's talk a little bit about Heather, the little girl. Where did she grow up? What was her home life like? Mom and dad dynamic, all of that stuff up until maybe 12 years old.
Okay, so I was born in Santa Ana, California. I was raised in Yuba City, California. I am the baby of 5 children. My mom was married 3 times. So my father was her last husband, and my brother Charles and myself were her last babies. I guess, growing up, I was sheltered from a lot of things that as an adult I learned of my mom and her marriages and, men in her life that were not ideal or abusive. My dad was in the service, so he was in the Marines when I was little. And I remember missing him a lot, like I would cry. If I'd get in trouble, I was about 5 and I would cry, I want my daddy. And then shortly after that, when my dad got out of the service, they divorced. So he was, I guess, there the best that he could be. I have no ill will towards my mom or my dad. I think, the circumstance, it was kind of normal for me not to have a permanent or a steady father in my life. So and as sad as that sounds, like it was my norm.
There's a lot of moving parts for the first 10, 15 years of somebody's life that you're going through there. What was the dynamic like when the divorce took place?
So my siblings did not like my dad, so they were happy. I missed my dad, but then again, I grew up with, we lived, I think we were stationed out in Santa Ana, like on military base or something like that. Like I said, my details are a little, blurry because I wasn't told a lot, not until I got older. But, I was saddened. My older brothers and sisters, not so much. Apparently my dad was not the greatest to my mom. I never saw that. Again, I was little, so I was spared that. It wasn't until I was about 11 or 12 when my mom's longtime boyfriend, his name was Mac, I witnessed abuse. Verbal, emotional, physical. I never saw him hit her, but I did witness my mom breaking a glass table, like a round tabletop over his head.
We have 3 goals with Learn from People who lived it. 1, to help you feel less alone. 2, encourage you to seek out a coach, a therapist, a church, anyone who can help you get through your journey and find some healing. 3, when you're ready, share your story with us.